Welcome back, everybody. This is Zach with New England Sports Talk, and today we are recapping the 2019 draft profile for DeAndre Hunter out of Virginia. He's a 6'7", 6'6", 6'7". I keep seeing different measurements for him, but 6'7" is the most consistent one I've seen. 225-pound guard, sophomore guard out of Virginia. Fantastic player, very, very good player actually. We just reviewed Jarrett Culver. That I posted that video out this morning. And both of these players are very, very similar. I would probably give DeAndre Hunter maybe more of an edge, I would say, maybe, but they're extremely similar. We're going to kind of go over them, and you'll see a lot of comparisons if you've seen the Jarrett Culver video that I did today. If you haven't, go check that out, by the way. But if you have, you'll see a lot of comparisons that we do. So before we get started, guys, make sure you hit the like button, make sure you subscribe, and make sure you hit the bell notification button as well too, so that if I release new videos, you can be the first ones to see it and check it out. So without further ado, let's just jump right in. So as far as strengths for DeAndre Hunter, he's extremely NBA ready. You know, Jarrett Culver is 6'6", so DeAndre Hunter has about an inch on him. But also the big thing with Hunter over Culver is he's got about 30 pounds on him. So he is definitely ready to go. He can come into the league and really produce right away. I even said in my Culver video that he could do it as well too, but DeAndre Hunter even more so, honestly, in my opinion. He's fantastic. He's already an elite 3-and-D player, especially on the NCAA level, but it could be very quickly he could progress into the NBA as well too, getting a very, very quick rotational piece that you can use basically from day one, and really at a number of different positions as well too, because he's 6'7", so he's got quick feet, so he can move into the shooting guard position. He even played some point guard as well too, but obviously probably his stronger suit was either shooting guard or small forward, but depending on your lineup, he could possibly play a power forward as well too, because of his weight that he has on at 225, and it's a lot of muscle, honestly. We're kind of going through the strengths here at this point. He's NBA ready. He's an elite 3-and-D player already. Another big strength for him as well too is he really shows up in the big moments as well. We're going to talk about in the key matchups when he played in the national title game against Texas Tech, and that's exactly what I'm talking about. I'll kind of go over that with you in just a second. But also, one of the strengths that he has is I noticed he has a really good nose for the ball. So when he's going for rebounds or loose balls or even playing on defense to steal the ball or whatever it is, he just knows where to be in the right position. He can read it. He knows where the ball is going and that kind of thing. He's fantastic at it. He's really got good basketball instincts as well. As far as growth areas, again, not weaknesses. They're just growth areas. His ball handling needs to improve. He's not terrible, though. He's pretty good. And also, he needs to develop more of a polished offensive game, I would say. So one good thing about Jarrett Culver was his mid-range, his triple threat as well too. Hunter has a little bit of that as well too, but keep enhancing that essentially is what we want to see. We want to see him keep growing and that kind of thing as well. And I think he will. He definitely will. As far as the key matchup, I want to circle back around with that. So national championship game, obviously against Texas Tech, DeAndre Hunter versus Jarrett Culver was a big part of that story. Hunter did set his season high in points at 27 points that game, 8 of 16 shooting. And the big thing was he shot 4 of 5, made 4 out of 5 3-pointers in that game as well too. Did a fantastic job also on defense against Jarrett Culver. So fantastic player, had a heck of a game, and as we all know, Virginia went and won that game. Now, but as a whole though, just in general, his entire playoff run this year was really remarkable actually. At the end of the regular season all the way through the playoffs as well, there's only 2 games out of 25 games total that I counted that he shot 40% or less, or I'm sorry, below 40% from the field. So he's extremely efficient as well too. Only 2 games did he have below 40%. Not bad at all. It's exactly what you're looking for when you get to the next level, because you have to. It's one thing to put up points, but you have to shoot efficiently as well too. That's what teams are all about right now, because you'll have your growth area, and they'll be patient with you in your growth, but you have to be efficient when you're on the floor, and he does a great job as far as doing that. Now, some of the things we all know, like I said, he helped Virginia win the national championship this year. That was their first Final Four appearance, by the way, and since 1984, so did a fantastic job as far as being a critical piece in that offense. He also did win defensive player of the year. And then obviously he was on the defensive team, all defense team as well last year. So fantastic defensive player. Definitely the best defender in my opinion coming into the draft. You have some other players that are just really good as well too, like Culver, like I mentioned as well, and some other ones that we're going to do videos on as well. But he is the best defender coming into this draft in my opinion. I don't think that it's probably close to some players. I'm not going to say it's not close, but he's clearly the favorite in the defensive side of things as far as being a wingman or a shooting guard or a guard or whatever. He's definitely the favorite to be there. Now let's talk about some of his stats that he had in 2018, 2019. So points per game, 15.2 points a game, not bad at all. Rebounds are five rebounds a game, 2 assists a game, and then again he shot really efficiently, not only the last 25 games, but the entire season as well. 52% from the field. Now, one thing I did not put on the stats here, it was his free throws. Like I said, Culver, one of the big problems he had, and I know I'm comparing these guys a lot, but they're very similar in games, so that's why I wanted to do that. That's why it's so vital. You need to go and check out that other video as well. But the Culver, one of Culver's big knocks on him was he's an average free throw shooter. He was shooting 70%. DeAndre Hunter is shooting 78%, and that's exactly what you need. You have to have good free throw shooting in the next level, because there's so many of the games come down to free throws, and even if you just miss one, that can throw off the entire course of a game, momentum as well, that kind of thing. And he's going to do a really good job as far as making those free throws and getting the job done. Now, as far as comparisons go, this was probably my favorite player so far to try to compare with. So I try to have a low end and a high end player for him. Obviously, this is just a projection, so the high end is kind of, it's putting a lot of faith in him, but I think that it's validated. I think he's done a very good job as far as proving these comparisons to us, and I hope this is exactly what you see as well too. So low end, I see like Thaddeus Young. So fantastic player. He's been in the league for so many years. Very reliable, extremely reliable. 3-and-D type player as well. He didn't initially have a three-pointer, but he got there. Great ball handler, great passer, that kind of thing. But high end, I read actually the NBC was actually comparing him to Jimmy Butler, Paul George, Kawhi Leonard, and I'm not disagreeing with that whatsoever. He definitely has the potential to be that, and I definitely think he can. If there's one player that I'm banking on to most likely resemble Kawhi Leonard, Jimmy Butler, Paul George, whatever, it's got to be this guy. So it's got to be Hunter. He's definitely the favorite in my opinion to kind of be that type of player. But yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say about DeAndre Hunter. Let me know in the comment section what you think about DeAndre Hunter. Like I said, my Lakers are the top. I have the 4th pick this year. I either want them to go with Culver or DeAndre Hunter. In my opinion, those seem like the most viable options. It just kind of depends on who's balling in the summer league, who does good interviews, who's got the better, who do you have the better gut feeling on. But either of those guys are gonna be fantastic. DeAndre Hunter though is he's definitely the best defender in the league in the NCAA coming into the draft. So without a doubt, I would say that he probably has a very good possibility to not even just be 4th, but being some teams. I don't know. I don't want to say stretching on him at all, because they're not at all. He's definitely could be a top 2, top 3 pick, whatever, behind Zion. But he's a fantastic player. I wouldn't be surprised if this is one of the guys that they reach on. I'm saying that with quotations around, because you're not reaching at all. He's a fantastic player. So with that being said, guys, that was it for this video. Leave your comments in the section below, and we'll see you in the next one.